Guys, Deadpool was so fucking fire. They're gonna have to clean up that theater because I just splooged all over the fucking place.
So yeah, I really like that movie. So obviously we're in a different space right now. The Spencer.G office is being rented out because we are low on funds. So that's being rented out for a porn shoot. Shit. Fuck. I signed that NDA. I can't say that. I signed an NDA. It's being filmed. It's being rented for office purposes. Why am I saying that joke? There's never going to be a woman in that office. One thing that's been said about Marvel recently is that it's dying, and the people who say that aren't necessarily wrong. I made a whole video explaining the downfall of Marvel, which you can check out right now if you want. Not many people want to go out and see a Marvel movie anymore. Whether it be because the prices of tickets is too much, there are too many Marvel movies coming out to keep up with, or just the fact that none of them besides Spider-Man or Guardians 3 feel special anymore. I was getting worried that it was because I'm growing up and I'm getting older and I'm growing out of these kind of movies. I was really worried that maybe the pretentious cinephiles are right and comic book movies are just for children, and I was not a child anymore. I mean, I know that that's a right statement, but I was just really hoping to enjoy these for just a little bit longer. And now it looks like I can. Before I start, Deadpool and Wolverine is not a perfect movie. It's actually quite the opposite. This movie has a lot of problems. First, I think the pacing is really terrible. The movie spends time on plot points that shouldn't need that much exposition, while ignoring the plots that do need exposition. I also think that while the jokes can hit a lot, some of them have really big misses. When Deadpool makes a joke about being bought out by Disney, that's funny to me, because I'm a huge nerd who knows about all that stuff. But to a regular cinema goer, are they really going to get that joke? Are they really going to understand that Disney bought 20th Century Fox, which means they bought all the X-Men characters, which means all the old X-Men movies are now irrelevant or blah, blah, blah. Now they're being integrated into the MCU. No, people really aren't going to get that joke besides me. Fuck, most normal people don't even know what the fuck the MCU is, and that's okay. The movie does its best to try to explain what's happening, but sometimes there's just too much explaining, so Deadpool makes a joke to try to make fun of the heavy exposition, but pointing it out doesn't help the fact that there's still heavy exposition. Put makeup on a pig, and it's still a pig. Get me talking to women, and I'm... But aside from its many flaws, Deadpool and Wolverine still ends up being what it was exactly supposed to be. A fun movie. More specifically, it's a fun romp between two characters we have always wanted to see come together with a surprising amount of heart. Ryan Reynolds crushes it as Deadpool, once again. His delivery is always on point, and at this point in his career, he basically is the character, and I'm pretty sure he's fine with that. The same can be said for Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman is a really good actor in his own right, and getting to see him flex his stuff, literally and figuratively, is amazing. This time around, he brings a real sense of sadness with a version of Wolverine who, instead of being known as a hero, is known as a coward who got all his friends killed. Plus, he actually got to wear the suit, guys. Like, he actually fucking put it on. Like, holy shit. This thing, this suit, that's pure sex. That's what I imagine sex is. It's this suit. Like, holy shit. I was just like gooning right there in the theater. My apologies to the people who had to clean up that showing of Deadpool and Wolverine. I apologize that I made such a mess in my pants and all over the theater floor. I apologize for you guys to have to clean that up. But one thing I gotta say though is that it does have heart, but the emotional beats don't hit very hard. I think Wolverine's story of all the X-Men dying is overused, and it would have been nice to maybe actually see a flashback, which would have made it feel more, at least, impactful. I feel like sometimes the movie focuses so hard on being funny that it actually forgets to, drive home that heart that it really needs. And I think the story can be kind of bland to some people and confusing to others, especially on a first watch, but it's still trying to say something interesting. Deadpool, or Wade, just wants to matter. He wants to be important. That's why he goes to the Avengers universe in the beginning to basically audition for the Avengers, but gets turned down because that's just not how it works. The X-Men turn him down and he's basically forced into retirement where his wife leaves him and he's stuck living a sad existence as a car salesman, living with Blind Al for the rest of his life. When he finds out that his universe is dying and needs a Wolverine to save it, he finds a Wolverine who has his own issues. So you get this story about two bums, one who always has expectations of being the greatest hero, and the other who no one expects anything from and struggles with the idea of not being special. I think I relate pretty hard to Deadpool's arc in this one. I think having this thought that you're not enough or you're not special is something that a lot of people struggle with, and I don't think it's just me. It sucks when you have to think that idea that maybe you're not going to be special or important to anybody and you're not going to matter to anybody. That's a hard feeling to get through, and I obviously am still going through it. So it's kind of cool to see even a superhero have trouble with something like that. But what I really liked about this movie is how it was able to say goodbye to a bygone era of superhero movies. The early 2000s superhero movies like Blade or Elektra or even the old X-Men movies can at times be corny schlock. But here's the secret, guys. I like corny schlock. They really are a piece of movie history. And it was cool that this movie acted as almost a send-off to an era that started it all. And another thing, people are saying that the action is not very good. I disagree. I thought it was cool. Out of all the MCU movies, this is probably on like the top of the list of cool action scenes. Marvel movies usually have pretty bland action scenes, and I think Sean Levy at least tries here to make something that looks unique. Sean Levy obviously isn't the most exciting director, but he tries to make stuff that is at least entertaining. Yeah, this movie isn't visually stunning, but it has a cool practical sets and it's filmed to look as epic as possible. And this movie is dumb. I'm not gonna lie. It's really dumb. It makes fun of its oddly paced plot, but it doesn't mean that the pacing isn't still horrendous. Deadpool makes fun of the MCU, but this still feels like the MCU formula. And those problems and all the big flaws that this movie has that I've already explained should make this movie bad, but it's just not. Like, I just really like it. I like the character motivations, even though I think some of them are really overused. I like the action. I like the cameos. I like the practical sets. I like the music. Like, the score for this movie goes way harder than it needed to go. And no one really talks about like the score of movies. I tend to sometimes. And this movie has really, really, really good music. And even the licensed music is used like surprisingly well. And it's not like annoying like other movies. I just liked it. I don't know. The little kid in me who loved watching Hugh Jackman as Wolverine was satisfied with this movie. So I think I'm going to give Deadpool and Wolverine an 8 out of 10. I'm excited to see what the MCU does next. I mean, there's so many opportunities to do whatever they want with the multiverse. I mean, like, it's endless. The possibilities are literally endless. And although that multiverse idea has been dragged out a lot, I think this movie made it feel a little more special again. I can't wait to see the new actor they get for the big bad. Like, it could be anybody. Like, they could get Dr. Doom, and they could get, like, Cillian Murphy, or they can get, like, anybody. And it's just, like, I have no clue who they're gonna get. And it's gonna be so cool, because, like, Dr. Doom is such a cool character, and they could get literally anybody they wanted to. And, like, it just would be cool if they just got, like, a fresh start, and they just, you know, they just got, like, new characters. Fuck. Anyways, that's the video. Leave a comment because I love hearing your beautiful voices in my computer. This is a new space, so my computer's right there. What do you got to say for us today, computer?
You know what? You're a fucking joke. I mean, you are a ridiculous, immature, half-wit moron. And motherfucker, I wish I could say you die alone.
That's the first time anyone's told me that. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy, stay sexy. Okay. Bye. I'm sitting on my bed. I really wish someone was here with me. And actually, this actually makes me really sad. Well, I'm gonna go get something to eat.
I'm tired of the talkers. I'm tired of the fakes. I'm tired of anyone who thinks that I'm in the same. I be popping bottles, sparkles and champagne. VIP my section, royalty looking sexy, you know that be my name. I'm tired of the liars. I'm tired of the games.